Now, you'll notice that John Duggan is here to make us some money.
I hope so, Ger and Cliona. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Punchestown.
Are you down there? Are you on your way right now? Is that where you're...
No, I'm not. I'm doing another job until 6 o'clock this evening. So I might go down Friday, but we'll see how the week goes.
Yeah.
See how the week goes.
You'll go down to celebrate and pick up your money, or you'll be going down to try and chase your losses?
No.
Who knows? It could go either way.
I mean, look, we're at the moment that everything is like an Ariel Ultra ad. Everything's pristine. You know, there's no losers. There's no hard luck stories yet. So right now we're smelling the roses, but it'll all change by tomorrow evening.
Before we get into that, let's talk about the main story this week. And it's brilliant that this festival has this plotline, because it focuses all of the average sports fans' attention for, like, otherwise it's just a bunch of races and a bunch of different horses. Now we have these absolutely proper titans going head to head, and we have a clear favourite who's miles ahead, who in the same circumstances last year got beaten. Yeah, and that favourite is Gordon Elliott, Ger, and you're right. I mean, a lot of the time we love to see the horse like Sprinter Sack coming over, or we'd love to see a horse like Sizing John win 3 Gold Cups, which he did last year, completing that third one at Punchestown. But this is a brilliant story. This is a great sports story, and the prize money is over €3 million this week. Last year, Willie Mullins was 382,000 down, and he ended up a couple of 100,000 ahead to pip Gordon Elliott for the trainer's title and win it for, I think, the 10th year in a row. Gordon Elliott has never won it. Gordon Elliott has pipped Willie Mullins by a head in the Irish and English Grand Nationals. So this is just so set up. We have the whole issue, the fact that Gigginstown House stud Michael O'Leary left Willie Mullins a couple of years ago. Most of his horses now are with Gordon Elliott, and that's the reason why Gordon Elliott is nearly there, but he's not there yet. Yeah. And we have, 12 Grade 1s this week, and Willie Mullins has got, for example, in the Champion Chase today, if he gets the first 3 in the Champion Chase today, it's worth 240 grand. It could almost have Gordon Elliott's advantage in one race. Yeah. And a lot will depend on how things go over the next few days, whether we'll see this champion horse really in terms of the future of Gordon Elliott's yard, Samcro, go against the big boys in the champion hurdle on Friday. He might have to do that. He might have no other choice but to do that if he's going to win this title. And of all the 89 runners today, 42 of them are trained by either Gordon Elliott or Willie Mullins. So they're really throwing the kitchen sink. They're throwing everything at this, and it's fantastic. There'll be 125,000 people at Punchestown over the next 5 days. There'll be 64 million generated for the economy, and half the attendance will be female. So it's just a fascinating week, and some great races as well. Because it used to be meaningless, because Willie Mullins would have had it sewn up. Yeah, he would have. And that's one of the consequences of that split with Gigginstown Stud, is that Gordon Elliott has just risen from nothing. You remember when Silver Birch won the Grand National 11 years ago, he'd never had a winner in Ireland. And now he's had over 200 winners. Willie's never had over 200 winners. So Gordon has proven himself as a crack trainer. Willie is a brilliant trainer as well. And we just got, after every race, we'll have these constant figures, and we'll see by Saturday how it's going.
I was saying, John, Patrick Mullins, who's in the Independent, yes, does the column for them today. He's saying that Gordon Elliott's yard, right, this year, 1,175 runners, 302 horses, 206 winners, and he says, I'm reliably informed Hannibal crossed the Alps with less horses than that. Phenomenal numbers. It is, and just the amount of effort that goes in, and the people that are all doing the work behind the scenes. It's all these things. I'll talk about teams, and of course these guys have a real talent at what they do, and the people, but they've got very talented people around them. And we've seen a soft ground Cheltenham, a soft ground Aintree, and these horses are coming out again at Punchestown. You might get some shocks this week because of that, but the fact that they're able to train them for this week as well is a testament to them. There's 38 races this week, and how is the ground? The ground is yielding, so it's probably one of the best ground we've seen all winter. Yes, it's been so bad. Yeah, it's been so bad and unusually bad, and I think that this will be the fastest ground that horses would have run on all winter, and that's another intriguing subplot for this. So. Okay. Let's get to it. So the Champions Chase, you think that there's a possibility of a 1, 2, 3? There is, absolutely. So he's got Min, Ballycasey, Andesau and Duvin. And so when I'm looking at the betting here, not bad. That's just Willie Mullins. That's just Willie Mullins. Duvin is the favourite, Min is the second favourite, and Andesau is the third favourite. Like, if you go by the odds, he'll get that 240 grand off Gordon Elliott today in that first big race. €275,000 per day in the big race.
And then we have another couple of grade ones. We got the Growwise Novice Chase over 3 miles, and we also have the Herald Champion Novice Hurdle over 2 miles, which has Mengley Khan of Gordon Elliott versus Get a Bird of Willie Mullins. So many interesting plots today, and big owners and big egos, and
Davy Russell
in
the form of his life.
And Davy Russell, actually, I was looking, all the papers have good supplements today, the Star, the Sun, the Indo, and Davy Russell does a column in the Star, and he actually, Jack Kennedy goes for Mengley Khan, obviously, in that one, in the novice hurdle, and Davy Russell is saying have a punt on Paloma Blue there as well. And
that's for Henry de Bromhead, who is another person that has got an interest this week, and he doesn't care about Willie Mullins or Gordon Elliott. He just wants to train horses. He's got Mona Lee in that feature, 3 mile novice chase. So, I have to say the quality of the racing is fantastic. Dick O'Sullivan and Punchestown, they've done a tremendous job at making this a real standalone festival in itself, and I think the prize money's got a lot to do with that.
Okay, so what are we looking at?
So I think we're looking at the 3 bets, small bets I'd be recommending today. I think Duvan is even money for this champion chase, the Ball Sports Champion Chase at 5:30 over 2 miles. This horse was the best horse in training before he got injured, Duvan. 14 out of 17 races he's won, 9 over 11 over fences. He fell in the champion chase at Cheltenham when he was going well, tanking along. And if you read between the lines, he's working very well at home. If he retains any of the previous ability that he had, he could be one of the best bets of all time at even money. Right now, Duvan, I think he's a very good price, Duvan, in that Ball Sports Champion Chase. I mean, Paul Tennant had the chance to ride Min. He had the chance to ride Undeso, the 2nd and 3rd favourites. He's gone for Duvan. If Duvan, who hammered Sizing John all through his novice career, twice a Cheltenham Festival winner, retains that ability, he is a great bet at even money. People go, well, even money's not a great price, or 100 to 1 is a great price. This could be the best even money bet in a long time if he wins doing handstands, which I expect him to do today.
Okay, so you think...
I think Duvan is a winner today. I think another winner is Mona Lee, the favourite for that 3 mile chase at 6:40. 15 to 8 favourite for Henry de Bromhead, is a fresh horse. So unlike some of the others, didn't go to Fairyhouse. Won earlier this season at Punchestown, is a very good jumper. Only Presenting Percy had the better of him at Cheltenham. He was 7 lengths clear of the rest, with Album Photo behind him. We had Dunacost behind him in that race. Shattered Love was beaten at Fairyhouse. I think Mona Lee sets the standard, and once again I think Henry de Bromhead is very happy with him. I think the ground will suit him, and I think he's a good jumper, and I think he's a very good bet.
See, when you're saying the ground is going to suit, when you're saying the ground is going to suit, how do we know? Because there's been no yielding ground all year. Like, is it based on form a year ago?
Yeah, form a year ago would suggest a lot. Mona Lee ran well at Cheltenham on good ground last year, and also what I'm taking into account, Ger, is that Album Photo and Shattered Love have run twice now on soft ground within the space of 6 weeks.
So they should be knackered.
That's what I'd be kind of thinking to myself. So I think Mona Lee, having bypassed Fairyhouse, is a fresher horse, and also bypassed Aintree, and I think that he is a good jumper. He's a pretty straightforward horse to me, and I think he's a bet that I.
And just interesting on that, Gordon Elliott has a column in the Sun, and he says that of all of his horses today, he reckons the Shattered Love is the one.
Well, there you go. And that's the beauty of the game. It's all about opinions. He might be, and he knows a lot more than me about horses.
Shattered Love 11 to 2 at this stage.
Yeah, Shattered Love won really well. She's a mare. She ran beautifully at Cheltenham and won. The horse she beat at Cheltenham won very well at Aintree last time. I think it's Terrafor is the name of it. So the form has been franked, as it were. The form has worked out. But Mona Lee has won a grade 1, and as has obviously Shattered Love at Cheltenham. But Shattered Love I was a little bit disappointed in her at Fairyhouse.
And actually, he does say in the next line, "I love the mare," and there is emotion sometimes involved, and sometimes they have their favourites. Exactly, emotionally.
Yeah. The each way bet I like today in the 4:55, a 25 runner handicap hurdle. So not one to be doing your shirt on at any way. Not that you should do your shirt on anything, but there's a horse number 18 called Golden Spear. This is trained by Tony Martin, 4th last time at Leopardstown, staying on well. Liam Quinlan, a 17-year-old amateur who's going places, is in the saddle, taking £7 off the horse. He'll have about 9 stone 11. This horse won a big handicap at the Galway Festival a couple of years ago. He's won a November handicap on the flat at Leopardstown. I think he's a good each way bet at 12 to 1. Golden Spear in the 4:55.
Okay, Golden Spear, number 18, Golden Spear in the 4:55. I've had a bit of word for True Self in that same race, around about 20 to 1.
Well, always be your true self, Ger. There's a couple of bumpers. once again, if I'll be wary, folks. There's a Goffs Land Rover bumper. A lot of these horses haven't even seen a race course. We have Think Positive, who's a half brother to Sam Crow for Willie Mullins. Commander of Fleet. Barry O'Neill is a very good point-to-point jockey. Anything he rides for Gordon Elliott over the week is worth following, but no bet in this race. No bet either in the last race. Another bumper. I didn't like it in terms of you haven't really seen much of these horses run. The other Grade 1, the novice hurdle, Get a Bird to me is too short at even money. Sharjah has been put up in the racing posters price-wise today at 14-1. Has not had his ground all season. Another Willie Mullins horse, Sharjah, might be, I wouldn't put anybody off having a bet on him each way. Gordon Elliott is very keen on Mendy Khan, if you read the comments, and Paloma Blue is a horse I think is going to go places, probably over fences. So it's not really a race to get involved in.
That's it. When you're like able to legitimately make a case for 3 or 4 of them, it's like have the crack, sit back and watch.
Jack Kennedy has a column in the Star, and he says he's a good book of rides, and his fancy today would be Mendy Khan as well.
It's not a race to have a bet in for me. Neither is the first one, which I think is between Blue Templar and Enniskillen. This is over the banks. Like the really clearly Duvan stands out for me. Clearly Monolith stands out for me, and an each way bet on Golden Spear. So I don't think there's any need for me to do anything more than that.
Fair enough. John, good stuff. Thanks very much for that.